Hello everyone, and welcome to Sasquatch Secrets. I'm Nikki Colon, and I'm thrilled to have you join me on this incredible journey through Canada. From the vibrant city of Calgary to the serene beauty of Harrison Hot Springs and everywhere in between, this trip has been nothing short of amazing. I had the chance to meet up with great friends, created cherished moments, and I will treasure these forever. It truly was a trip of a lifetime. Join me as I share the wonders, the adventures, and the unforgettable memories of my Canadian escapade. Let's dive into the heart of Sasquatch country together. Definitely thick in there.
Oh yeah. And this is all second growth. When it was first growth, it was, huge timber. Look, you see some of the big old stumps back in there.
Oh yeah, we saw some of those huge ones.
The entire lower mainland, Fraser Valley, Fraser Canyon has been logged at least once already. They started 125 years ago.
Wow.
Some of the logging roads are actually old railroad beds because they used to do it with steam engines.
But it's so weird. I'm from the Southwest, and our forests are primarily tall ponderosa pine.
Yeah.
And you can walk out into, areas because it's solid ground.
Yeah.
But here, you go off trail, and it's just
it's
soft.
A jungle. Yeah.
And my feet were sinking.
Yeah, it's pretty much a jungle.
It's not this. If you're not on a trail, a hardened trail, I couldn't do it.
Yesterday?
Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice little excursion.
A whole bunch of us were there the day it opened a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. There was an older one, but they built a new building and moved everything over and added some stuff.
Yeah. I'm thinking of having Thomas take me back over there so I can interview him going through it.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't going to do it with all our gang and, everything like that. A more intimate tour, and me.
Have any of you seen actual casts of any prints?
I've seen some.
Okay. I brought a couple with me. They're actually Bluff Creek tracks.
Oh, okay.
Cast by Bob Titmus. I think I mentioned I used to drive tours up here with Bill Miller and Thomas.
Yeah.
And Bill had molds made from Bob Titmus's original casts.
Wow. Okay.
So,
yeah.
He gave me a set.
Right. Well, I've been to a couple of conferences, and everybody has their feet out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All their prints. Some of them look amazing, and some of them don't.
Yeah. The one I really like is the Grays Harbor cast.
Okay.
It's got so much detail because it was in really soft, muddy kind of ground.
Yeah.
The Bluff Creek were in kind of gravelly stuff, sandy. So the detail isn't as good. I mean, you can still see toes and everything. But that Grays Harbor one, you can see each individual toe. You can actually see some dermal ridges on a couple of spots on it.
Yeah.
It's just quite amazing. I don't have that one. I think Thomas has a copy of it. I know Bill had one. Bill Miller. Did you ever know Bill? Did you
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. He was quite a character. passed away way too young.
When was that? Like 5 years ago?
Pardon?
When did he pass?
About 5 years ago now.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's about that long since I was driving tours with him.
I think that was before I found the Buckwa's room,
Uh-huh.
you know. But I'm so grateful that I found them, because to me, I feel like they're like me.
Mhm.
You know, I question everything and I believe there's something out there, but I have a hard time with people's evidence, you know, and how they just don't vet anything. They
Yeah.
don't do the next, everything's a Sasquatch,
Well,
you know.
it's kind of cool having an open-minded skeptic like Bill
Mhm.
and a only the facts guy like Thomas in the crew,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. They play well off each other.
Yep. I moved out to Abbotsford about 12 years ago now. I used to live closer to Vancouver.
Uh-huh.
And I saw Jerry's website. So I started commenting on there.
Uh-huh.
And I found that a couple of the guys were local to where I was. And said, can I have coffee with you? That was about, 8 or 9 years ago. And I've been hanging out with them ever since.
Well, Thomas and Jerry speak very highly of you, knowing your stuff. That you've been up and down these mountains forever.
Yeah. You were down here for the
Yeah, we
this
went up
sighting
there.
here.
I couldn't crawl up there, so I went down the road to find a place I could go
Yeah.
up. And then they got mad at me for wandering away.
Well, Thomas and I were up there. Well, Thomas was there, I think, the next day after it happened.
Uh-huh.
And then he and I went back the next weekend and looked around there, and the tracks were still there. I actually saw them
Uh-huh.
in the forest duff, you know.
Yeah.
You couldn't see details. You couldn't see toe prints or anything, but the big tracks were definitely there. I thought maybe a couple of people who saw that, who had that sighting, would have been out here, but I guess not. John Kirk and his wife Winona.
Mm-hmm.
They're a nice couple. He is a retired RCMP CSI officer,
Oh.
crime scene investigator, so he's really scientifically oriented.
I like that. Yeah.
And she's an indigenous lady from northern Alberta, I think. Grew up in country where they knew they were out there.
Yeah.
Up here one morning with Thomas and Bill Miller in my previous 4x4.
Yeah.
Just as rides in the hill here, there was a nice little buck walked across the road. Yeah, these roads you can't go very fast on, really.
Yeah, yeah. You can't. This is very similar to the road I take up to a spot I like to go. Well, it's even worse. I gotta go slow. It depends if, oh, getting signal. All of a sudden, all my messages are coming through.
Yeah, there's a couple of spots along here where you've got reception, and then once you get further up, it's gone again.
Well, then I better stop.
that, they're gone.
Yeah, for sure. And they've got to be strong to get in and out of that stuff. Very strong.
And that's why we have cell reception. That's a repeater tower right there.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, we're coming up to Rainbow Falls. We'll cross the bridge and park on the far side.
Oh, he brought his trailer back here. Ooh, look at that.
Right in the middle of the bridge here.
Oh my goodness. Look at that.
This is here behind that big boulder that the dog leg around.
Oh, that's wonderful. Look at the mist.
And like I said, it's called Rainbow Falls. It's just rainbow.
Oh my goodness.
The other side here. One of the first times I came out here, down in those big boulders down there was a red car upside down. He either missed that turn or the turn on that side and gone right down into
Oh.
right down into the lake.
Well, that's going to be an intro for sure.
Yep.
Whoa, look at that. Widow maker up there. Wow.
Walk across to the falls. Nikki enjoying the cool breeze off the falls.
Oh, okay. Holy cow. Whoa.
Of course, this time of year with everything in full leaf, it's pretty, you know,
Yeah.
claustrophobic almost.
That's how it was up there on that Deer Lake Trail. It's very
Yep.
enclosed, and then on your right side you had the cliff going
Yeah.
down, you know.
I came up here one time in the ATV with a couple from Wales, and just came over the rise at the top, and there was a big sow with two cubs,
Oh.
and they were just mind blown. In Welsh, gobsmacked. And he says afterwards, "Oh, the language was very salty. I've never seen anything effing big as that. I've seen hedgehogs this big and foxes, but never." And it was a big black sow, you know. So
Yeah.
he was quite impressed. Somebody's camped up there.
Wow, they found your spot.
Search and rescue. down this road about 50 yards, and Sal walked out with her couch. Thomas and Bill had a fellow out, and he saw something down in this valley below here, and didn't say anything. And when they got to the lookout at the end, they're talking, and he said to them, "You guys didn't say anything about that. I thought you were pranking me with somebody down there." And they said, "What?" Oh, no, we weren't. So they came back and they hiked down to where he had seen it, and they found some flattened ferns and stuff. But
oh my goodness, so
the guy just saw a big black mass. You know? So that was one possible sighting up here. And then there's another one way further back in. Thomas had a mother and a young girl, about 10 or 12. And they'd been to the lookout. They were coming back. And there's a spot where there was a fairly large clear cut to one side. Yeah. And the girl leaned over to her mother and poked her and said something. So Thomas stopped and said, "What?" And she said, "I saw something up the hill there." And, you know, she insisted that she'd seen a Sasquatch. You know, it's a 10-year-old who had just heard lots of stories, so who knows?
And these were all in the daytime?
Yep. Yeah, we always ran the tours through here in daytime. Some of this as face slap alley, you know, the branches would be whapping at you.
Wow. This is amazing. I love doing this. My dad used to take me out on forest roads like this, and he had a big old blazer. And he would just go up and down, make his own roads, and scare the crap out of me.
Those were good old trucks.
Yeah, solid. And just to go do something, that's what we would do, go out in the woods and wander.
Yep.
And
that's what I've done with my family all my life, pretty much.
Yeah. My dad would have gotten a kick out of this. See that stump head?
Yeah.
From way back there when we came around, it looked like the top of a head.
Yeah. Oh, there's lots of stump bears and stump moose.
Yeah,
and
some squatches out here.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what is that? As soon as we come around the corner, you know, you get your vision. And it's gone, but... It looks like we're going into a portal.
Yeah, I haven't been down this trail yet this year. I went through a couple times last year. This certainly gets you away from the traffic on the main road.
Oh my goodness. This is like deep in. This is like where Brent wanted to be, you know, out like this and stop and.
Well, this is the kind of thing this truck was built for.
Yeah.
Here I was coming through one day, and I saw an animal just 50 yards in front of me here. Couldn't make out what it was at first. I thought maybe it was a bear cub or something, and then when it turned sideways, I realized it was a lynx.
Oh, a lynx.
And then it just bolted off into the bush.
Oh.
Pretty rare to see those. I've only seen 2 or 3 in my life. I've seen far more cougars than I have lynx. By far more, I mean all of half a dozen.
Now you can tell tell Thomas I got slapped.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Look at that now. Okay, now it doesn't even look like a road anymore. I think we're just four-wheeling it.
Nope, I know it's there.
You know it's there. Oh, look at those little... Okay, I have to put the window up. Come on, something. A bear, a deer. I'm ready for you. My camera's ready. Let's do this.
There used to be an exit from this route up at this end back to the main logging road. But they blocked that off for some reason a couple of years ago. So we're going to have to backtrack all the way back through this.
Oh, wow. I can definitely see where this is a great little excursion. How much did you guys used to charge to come out here?
We used to charge for a 2-hour tour about $200. That would be up to 4 people, plus the driver, you know.
Yeah.
Because the ATV would seat 6, but 6 was pretty cozy, you know. 3 in the front seat made it a little tight. And at that, I think Bill was undercharging.
Oh, that was a hard one.
Yeah, if this doesn't get used much in the next year or 2, it's going to be pretty soon impassable.
Yeah. I got a present. I'm like, what is that?
Come through the roof at you.
Yeah. I got a present.
I was thinking about opening that all the way, and I thought, no, we're going to get too much leaves and bugs and stuff dropping on us if we do that. Hard to see the bumps in the shadows here.
Did you?
Still in use, so maybe they've opened the shortcut down to the bottom again. Little green caterpillar.
Oh shoot! I dropped them on the floor. I was like, what's crawling on my face? That one of those trees just had a bunch of those little suckers. See all this little.
Out of the face slap.
Whew, that was so amazing and scary, and I wanted to see a Sasquatch pop his head up.
If we get a chance to see it here or not, but there's a large pond or small lake down below us here. I think we can there. You can just catch a glimpse of the water through there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got it.
If the other road down to the main road is open, which it looks like it might be, we'll get a closer look at that. We're only a kilometer now from what we used to call the lookout, where we'd stop the tour and Bill would get out all the footprints and the pictures and have the lecture with the people and everything. You know.
Cool. That's definitely a thrill in there.
Yep.
I was holding my breath. But you know, all those little dips and everything.
We're here.
Wow, that's an amazing drive.
Stretch your legs.
Ooh, clear off the bugs. Oh, this is my leaf. It fell on my head. It got slapped with it. I'm taking that with me. Wow. Look at that.
We're now about a third of the way up Harrison Lake.
Uh-huh.
That strip over there is Long Island. There's lake on the other side of it too.
Oh, okay. I know where I am now.
And then it makes a turn and goes another 30 or 40 kilometers up that way. That Snowcap Peak back there, that's Mount Breckenridge, not to be confused with the one in Colorado.
Okay.
And the story is, there's a fault line runs through the middle of it, and at some point, the whole face of that mountain could come into the lake and create a huge tsunami.
Whoa.
I don't know what it would take to cut the mountain loose, but
Yeah.
probably a major earthquake, you know. yellow bee.
Don't hide from me. I saw you.
Hiding around the other side now.
Yeah.
That dip in the mountains ahead there, that's where Silver Creek comes in, or Big Silver Creek they call it. And there was at one time a small town there, logging camp.
Mm-hmm.
And about, let's see, what would it have been, 50 years ago almost? 45 years ago. My brother-in-law was a newly minted school teacher, and he was looking for a place, and he saw this ad for a one-room school, including, decent pay and accommodation at Silver Creek. And he didn't know where it was, so he asked me to drive him up there. So I drove him up there, up the main road. We pulled into the little town, like 12 houses, the little school, little church, that was it. And he took a look around, never even got out and looked at anything, said, drive me home. He went and taught in California instead.
Oh my God.
Quite often at this spot when we stopped here, we'd hear grouse up on the hillside. They do that whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh. It's the bees. I only hear the bees.
Yep. And then on the other side of Long Island there's a road that goes up through the pass of the mountains and over to Chehalis Lake on the other side. That's called Mystery Valley, and it's called that because there were lots of sightings up there.
I love how there's little bitty beaches all along the area.
Yeah, a lot of places they're driving on the road and it's 300 feet down straight into the water, but other places are right, you're right on the beach. Still day.
Yeah.
No breeze. Okay, I will do what Bill Miller used to do here. I will show you some press. Yes. Both feet.
Patterson Film Site, October 20th, 1967, Bluff Creek, California. First generation copy.
And that's Bill Miller's initials there. These were actually cast, the original, by Bob Titmus. And there's the other one. Just says the same thing. But you can see it was a gravelly textured sandbar that she was walking across. So there's not a lot of detail. That Grays Harbor cast that I was talking about, being in soft mud, you could actually see ridges in the skin there and on a couple of the toes. Really quite amazing. And there was like a scar ran across like that. Like it had stepped on something, cut its foot and healed up, you know.
Because I've always had problems with Patty's feet. I just always thought they were so flat, you know, the bottoms.
Yeah.
But it's kind of different when you look at the cast. Look where rock was, and it's amazing. Look at those big old toes. Like, I mean, the inside of my hand's cupped.
Well, compared to my size 11,
Yeah,
a little bit bigger.
a little bit
Like
wide.
30% bigger at least.
Yeah.
I think I got that. That's it.
I just heard something down there.
Pardon?
I heard something down there.
Doesn't surprise me.
I heard a huff. Very deep.
Yeah, probably like here.
You know,
Yeah.
like that. Like right under there. Wasn't you were over there?
And I wasn't huffing.
Hey, you weren't helping. I wasn't either. I wasn't walking. It was a definite like that.
Yeah, the bear jumping over.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of like the ice road truckers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, they've done several rescues on this road. I know one of the guys, one of the tow operators.
Oh yeah.
My dad used to work with his father.
Yeah, and they hook up all kinds of tow and everything up in the trees.
As a matter of fact, I have an autographed poster at home from Jamie Davis and the crew that I got for my birthday on New Year's. I'm a New Year's baby. My neighbor lady, who's a good friend of my daughter's, watches the show all the time. And when my birthday was coming up, she texted Jamie Davis and said, "Hey, my buddy's a big fan. Would you sign a poster for him?" Sure enough, I got it.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
I'm even a TV star. I've been on 2 or 3 different documentaries about Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly through Thomas, you know.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome knowing when we went to that museum, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and there's this kid there, and I go, "See that guy right there? It's this guy right here," you know, because he's got his little picture there on the bottom. And he's like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "That's him right there. You should go shake that man's hand. He might one day be on this wall as well."
can see where that hill behind the island there is all brown.
Oh, yeah?
That's where that forest fire was about 4 years ago.
It. Yeah, I see it.
And the water bombers were actually scooping right here and turning around and dropping over that. And that little gap in the hill with the snowy peak behind it there,
Yeah.
that's Mystery Valley that goes over to Chehalis Lake on the other side.
Oh.
Eat a little dust. My boy keeps saying, "Why don't you vacuum your car, Dad?" And I said, because next time I go out, it's going to be twice as dirty. About once a year, I kind of shuffle it out. It's not like I use this thing for a date night with my wife or anything, you know.
This is a pretty powerful trip here. You can't take anything back on those roads without any oomph.
And when I first got that red Mitsubishi I was driving the other day, which is my work vehicle, personal vehicle more or less, I took it out on a few trails. It does have four-wheel drive, but it doesn't have the clearance or the capability that this has. And I started to scar it up a little bit too much. I said, nah, I'll go back out and get a real four-wheel drive again.
Yeah.
I've had one almost all my life,
Yeah.
one sort or another. Interesting. I don't have much hope for it because I've spent 60 years out in the bush, and in that time I've found one sheep skeleton, mountain sheep, one moose, and the only reason I found the moose skeleton because I know it was poached out of season because I'd seen it a week before, 2 weeks before I found it.
Oh.
And the odd deer rib and that kind of thing. But, you know, there are, what do they figure? In BC, something like 60,000 bears. And I've found one skeleton in 60 years.
Wow.
So if there's 1/10 as many Sasquatch, let's say 6,000, what are my chances of finding a dead one, you know?
Yeah.
Or anybody else for that matter.
Yeah. What's your opinion on tree structures?
There is so much natural tree manipulation from snow, wind, rain, whatever out here.
Right.
In this particular area, at least, I don't give them much weight. I haven't seen anything that strikes me as actually being a structure, you know.
Created, yeah, by something.
I've seen lots of tangled branches and things, but get that hot sun here in the shade of the trees.
Yeah. Oh, dang it. Stop pushing the buttons. Whee.
There's a photo I've seen a number of times taken on Vancouver Island in an area that's very much like this, all ferns like that. And there's something about 4 feet high that looks like a junior Sasquatch standing in the ferns.
Where's Randy Brissom's head?
He's at Alouette Lake, which is down the Fraser Valley on the other side of the Fraser River, 60 kilometers from here at least.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
30
that's far.
kilometers up here for 90 kilometers.
Yeah.
It's a very popular park, very much like this, you know, like this area right here, with the big trees, lots of ferns and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Big lake, several beaches, lots of campsites, and trails.
And it was right off the road, right? That he did that.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, more off like a trail like this.
Yeah. I know Brent wants to come back and check that site out when he comes back.
Pardon?
Brent, he wants to come back to see that.
Oh, okay.
Swallowed a bug.
That park is being close to Vancouver. You're lucky if you can drive into it on some weekends. It's so full.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like they'll actually have somebody at the entrance to the park saying, all the campsites are full, all the day use is full, turn around, go home. Yep. I mean,
They're serious about their parks out here.
yeah, it's 30 kilometers out of Vancouver, which is, you know, a population of over 1 million, so.
Yeah.
No, greater Vancouver is over 1 million, not the city itself.
Oh, I didn't take my pictures. Here, I'll let you record me while I'm...
Okay, is it recording automatically? Or?
Yeah, it should be on.
Okay.
Should be good to go. Just amazing. What a ride. Just feels like somebody's watching me. Who's watching?
Could well be.
Thank you.
I'm sure there's way more eyes out here than we know of.
Yeah. For sure. Hello everyone, thank you for watching my channel, Sasquatch Secrets. I appreciate all the support and kind words. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And remember, you can find me live most Sunday afternoons at 5 p.m. Mountain. See you guys in the next chat.